I have always been on the Republican side just because I have conservative economic values. The old saying, lower taxes, less regulations, a more friendly business environment. And we don't have that in California. But socially, I've been much more progressive all my life.
Caitlyn Jenner is like the left's worst nightmare, right? Because she's fiscally conservative, socially liberal, and they're like, no. If you're transgender, if you're socially liberal, then you belong with us. Then you have to fit into the status quo. You have to fit into this nice, neat little box. So there she is on Hannity's program. She went on to say, I am all for the wall. I would secure the wall. We can't have a state. We can't have a country without a secure wall. Smart lady. Well, this is just too much for the liberal media, right? The liberal media is trying to downplay her over and over and over again. Joy Reid, who I guess is the authority on who should be transgender, came out and said this. She said, Caitlyn Jenner does not speak for the trans community. This is on her show. So Joy Reid happens to be the same person that said some pretty awful stuff about transgender. So I'm just saying, we know Joy Reid doesn't speak for the transgender community. Watch.
A community that I support and that I deeply care about is hurting because of some despicable and truly offensive posts being attributed to me. Now, many of you have seen these blog posts circulating online and in social media. Many of them are homophobic, discriminatory, and outright weird and hateful. I look back today at some of the ways I've talked casually about people and gender identity and sexual orientation, and I wonder who that even was.
It was you! It was you. You wonder who it was, Joy. It was you. And now you're out there saying who can or cannot speak for the transgender population. Give me a break. I mean, these people are just unbelievable. Look, they use politics to serve whatever agenda, clearly with her, serves her at any given moment. Whatever's paying, I guess, because at one point she had this blog where she said these homophobic things and very anti-transgender, and now all of a sudden she's speaking for transgenders, and apparently Caitlyn Jenner, who is a transgender, can't. Like that makes any sense at all. It's like Senator Tim Scott recently taking to the stage in a rebuttal of Biden's speech and saying, you know what, America's not a racist place. He had ancestors who were slaves. He grew up in the Deep South. He is now a sitting U.S. Senator, and he's here to tell you America's not a racist place, but the left immediately piled on. I thought it was actually kind of hysterical when you had these white CNN commentators saying, well, he's not really speaking for Black Americans. Like, come on, guys. Like an individual can't have their own individual experience. They have to, once again, fit into that nice, neat little box that Joy Reid thinks is okay in any given moment. Caitlyn Jenner is their worst nightmare, and Caitlyn Jenner may very well win California. So think about that, you leftists that think that you know everything, that everyone needs to live by your rules. Unbelievable.